Alright, so I'm out here at the property. Probably should have kept the fans off, but you know, I don't really care. So I'm on the property. I'm going to do some little light work, but the whole reason why I'm here is because that lawnmower has a new home, and that's out here. So I did have an Echo off of the old battery system. Unfortunately, the batteries died, which means I'm not replacing the batteries because they always got bad reviews and they're expensive, and Echo decided to change battery format. Now, this Cobalt 1 is a decent lawnmower. It's a good lawnmower. I use it to mow my grass at my house. But yes, it's out here because I got another lawnmower, the Ego 21, pretty much the same size as this one. Pretty much the same features, just different battery system, and I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if it's more powerful, but I'm assuming it's more powerful. For a couple $100 more, you can get the Ego. And now, I didn't do a whole lot of research when I got this one, but I think the batteries for it only go into the system. So if you want to get the weed trimmer, that uses the normal tool battery, if I remember correctly. But anyways, this isn't a review about the lawnmower. That's just the reason why I'm here. It's going to go in there. I already took the Echo home. But look over here. I am going to do some light work over here. I'm also going to give you a tour of what I've been working on. But for the most part, when it comes to the shed, I've just been doing some minor updates, let's put it that way. And I mean, they're kind of expensive, but not expensive. So, first and foremost, I got a fan up there, exhaust fan, which is the white switch, which I'm going to go ahead and turn off. I also installed a circuit breaker, a couple $100. I upgraded the wiring. I think that's a 2-aught gauge to the inverter. Installed heavy duty breakers for the battery and a DC breaker for the solar panels. I don't know if you've seen it before, but my batteries these were on top of each other. Excuse me. No, I didn't like how the wires were going, so I decided to put them side by side. Like I said, the AC's new, pretty much everything's the same. The bench has been there. Oh yeah, I also added some legit outlets, because before they were like little pigtails. I'm pretty sure I got some somewhere around here. I didn't prep. Anyways, I just had some pigtails that were attached to there, and the pigtails attached to the other pigtail. So now I got an outlet there and an outlet there, and of course an outlet over there. We also added this little rip line so we can add light stuff like quilts, underquilts, regular quilts, tarp, another underquilt, a hammock. Now this isn't the hammock I usually camp in, but it's usually a day hammock. Usually when I'm out here, when it's a little bit cooler, I won't be doing any hammocks, and of course my hat that I need to put on. Anyways, that's just for the shed. I'm gonna go top up the chainsaw with some oil and might take you out there. Alright, so I'm at the work zone where I'm gonna be working at. See those trees right there? They're juniper trees. They kind of act like bushes sometimes. But you know, I've been slowly whittling them away. Like I said, there's some there. I mean, there's some that I cut last time that I got some new growth on them. My guess is that these are still young enough to where they're gonna try to recover. Like this right here. And those are kind of pokey. Should have brought some gloves or wore some gloves. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to be working on today. Oh, there's a, let's see here. No, let's see here. Yeah, there's a new one like right there. I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but that's a new one. The older junipers, when you cut them down, they don't start growing again. Not like the mesquite trees, or mesquite, whatever you want to pronounce them. But yeah, that's what I'm going to work on today. I don't know how much I'm going to work on to it. I mean, it is summer after all, and I'm by myself. Now, the hardest part for me, at least, when doing this work is the moving brush out of the way. Like cutting it, it's not a problem, but once you get to a certain point, you can't cut anymore because debris is pretty much in your way. Normally I have a buddy that helps me move the stuff. Now, it looks like that branch has been cut and hasn't been moved. Anyways, regardless, kind of cleaned this out a few years ago to protect, I guess these are elms, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not apt on my tree knowledge, or botanist, I guess you would call them, or plantology, as the meme says. I think that is new. That tree falling. Something else to consider. So I think I used that to get to the back of my property. I mean, this is like really towards the end of my property. I think 20 yards or 35 yards is the fence line. That tree, yeah. This tree's going to need to be trimmed here again. Like all of this was pretty much really low to the ground, and we just kind of opened it up a little. And this is why I say that juniper trees kind of grow like bushes in a way. I mean, they're trees, but they have bush-like properties. I don't know how common or how rare it is, but pretty much most of my juniper trees are looking like this in one shape or form. Like I said, like this one right here. Well, not that one, but like this one right here has several trunks. Like I could cut that main trunk off and that will become the main trunk over time. I don't know, it's very fascinating, very interesting, and could get annoying real quick. But anyways. Ooh. Step on a trunk, a small one. So, you know, this path, I think it was this path, used to get us to over here, but we kind of blocked it off when we were cleaning this section up. But now this section is nice and open. Now this is one of my few oak groves. As you can see, like all this was juniper trees and a couple of dead trunks in this area, and we just kind of clean it. Now the issue with cleaning, like there's a oak tree right behind there, behind this one. Oak branch is going pretty much downwards, hitting that one. There's this tree right here, which that whole part is dead, in which one of these days I'm going to have to cut that one down. But I think I see no, it's hard to tell if I see more oak trees or not. But the thing is, you know, the more I cut into them, there's like one more oak tree I see. I mean, here's a perfect example. Like right here is kind of like my baseline that I was working at, and then there's another oak tree. Now I'll cut to here. Actually, there's another oak tree right behind, right next to it. So I'll cut to here. I'll see another oak tree. So we kind of slowly progress. Now this is one of my actually I think it's the biggest pile that we collected. Kept these trees because they're in line with each other, like naturally just in line for the most part. I mean, as you can see, so maybe a few degrees off, but they're mostly in line, so that's why I kept those. But we just added to the pile. Now this pile is here just for habitat and a place to keep the debris. And over here used to be the entrance to this area, but as you can see, we've actually started adding brush that we cut down. Yeah, there's some erosion over there, so that hopefully that helps the erosion. I mean, really the best thing for erosion is stone. As you can see, even with the roots here, it's still eroding. Like I said, I mean, just keep on going and keep on going and keep on finding more oak and oak, which is awesome, don't get me wrong. You want oak on your property because it increases the value. It creates acorns, at least I think this will create acorns, which creates food sources for the wildlife, which feeds other wildlife, and so on and so on. Like I said, there's another oak tree surrounded by junipers based off of the bark. Let's see here. Get a close up. Yeah, that might be actually Mesquite. I don't know, it's pretty choked off. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, the goal eventually is to thin all this out. See, like there's another one right there. I can't really see it in the camera, but it's there, trust me. So, you know, I would want to clear all this out until I get to that tree. Or maybe I'll make a path and kind of clear it out and just kind of thin this out. Like all this is, from what I can tell, is like 5-6 year old growth. I mean, I don't know, it could be 10 years growth as far as I know, but still. And this is a pile I did all by myself. Yeah, as you can see, that one's a little bit younger, so it's starting to grow back. I need to come back with a blade and cut all that down. Kind of starve it from energy. You know, this was a dead oak that we cut down just so it wouldn't fall on us. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on this year. I haven't really documented for the channel. But still, I mean, nevertheless, that's what I've been working on. I've been taking pictures to document for tax reasons. Yeah, that's what I've been working on. This little rant's been going on. So, let's go get back to my work site and start working. Alright, I've been working for a few moments, took a break, got some hydration on me. This may not seem to be a lot of work, but you know, when you're out of shape, it definitely is a lot of work. But yeah, I mean, it's just a slow and steady project. I'm just giving you a small little update. You know, I thought I was going to go from like here to there, but I just kind of kept going that direction. There may be a couple of these trees I probably save just to create some shade in the area, or I just might open this up. I have a little grassy area in this area. Who knows? I haven't decided. Nothing's final until the trees are cut. But there's a couple that look decent. Like that tree right there looks like a good tree to save. It's growing straight. Just kind of cut all around it. There's this tree right here, which is growing straight as well. Now, when I got here, or when I bought the property, I think most of these trunks were about as this thin right here. I mean, probably the best tool for this would be a brush hog, but I ain't got the means to get a brush hog in multiple ways. I don't really have the finances for one, and I drive the Honda Civic. A little bit hard to get the brush hog out here in the Honda Civic. Now, if I were to get one, I would get one that's probably PTO drive. So I can just use a tractor and just kind of mulch all this up. If I were to get one, but that's about, I don't know, 20 to 40 to maybe even 60 to 80,000. Yeah, that equipment is not cheap. Same thing for a wood chipper too. A lot of this stuff I could probably use a consumer grade wood chipper for, but there's some branches, like that branch right there, would probably push one of those, because that's about, I might say 6 inches at the thickness. So yeah, those, that'd just be firewood at that point. But yep, just giving you a little update. I'm really impressed with this 40cc Ego chainsaw. Had it for about a little over a year now, I think. And I've just been kind of buying an Ego tool every year or so. It's the only way I could afford it. Now, there's a trimmer, multi-head trimmer I got my eye on, which does have a brush cutting, using quotation, which has like a little ninja star type thing. It might be good for this type, but the chainsaw works just as well. And I'm going to have the same issue I had with the chainsaw. I would have to cut it, pause, clear out, pick it up, cut some more, put it down, pick up, and move it somewhere else. I don't know, something to think about. Anyways, back to work. All right. Pretty much cut a path to my other wood pile. I mean, this is kind of light work, but you know, it's a little hot outside and I don't have a buddy to help me. But I'm running into a trap, which is just a couple more trees, couple more trees, couple more trees. Next thing you know, you kind of overwork yourself. So I gotta take a little break, think about things. I mean, like I said, you wouldn't think this is a lot of work until you actually do it. It looks like there's not a whole lot of trees here until you actually start cutting. And I'm not saying that this is like extremely hard work here, you know, but it is laborious. But like this section right here, probably not going to take more than 15-20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes max. It's very thin branches, so it shouldn't be that heavy on a chainsaw. But when you kind of cut, move to the pile, and cut some more, that's where the time comes up and the labor comes up. And then it gets caught in this tree right here, which does provide shade, so I'm not getting rid of it just yet. That may be a future project to trim it. But you know, this is a forest, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for like city life perfection. I'm just maintaining and cleaning up the forest to help keep it a forest in certain areas and to promote grass growth so the wildlife has some food. It's pretty much what I'm doing here. I mean, it's just me and my buddy, and we're not professionals at this, and we've only been doing it for about maybe 5 years on and off. If I'm not building a shed, I'm cutting wood or relaxing. Yeah, but that's another tree that we're going to have to address right back there. It's actually falling. I can kind of get a better angle at it. I mean, eventually I want to get to the point where I can just spend, you know, like a couple of days, get a couple of acres maintained. That's the goal, really. And by that time, these brush piles will probably be lower because they decompose, adding nutrition and habitat for the small animals. Anyways, but that's what it looks like on that side. And yes, I know I'm leaving the trunks up. Probably not the best solution for right now, but this is the quick and easy and dirty method. May come back here with a bow saw and cut those down a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But anyways, there's that one tree I want to save, which is like right here, kind of tilts this way. Get rid of the others and work on this area right here around that tree I want to save. But first I'm gonna go take a small break and do some hydration. Alright, so I'm done with this tree right here. But it's like a really hot 80, 82 degrees. Yes, there's a difference. I think my shirt is pretty much soaked with sweat. I've been drinking Gatorade, but you know, it's only one bottle. The issue is, I've been doing this for about, I think, an hour. Or about an hour, including breaks. Now, while I did get a lot done, it's summer in Texas. And it's just going to get warmer. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be light work to complete this around that tree. But that's the issue. That's the trap. Just one more tree. The next thing you know, you're overheated. You're out at your 10-acre property all alone. Passed out from heat exhaustion, heat stroke. People don't know you're missing. Anyways, yeah. So I think I'm just going to call it that. I think I made some decent progress. I would go more if I had a buddy here to watch me. But the fact I'm out here alone. I mean, I have my dog, but you know, dog's not going to go call for help. Anyways, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.